Hello the internet and welcome back to the live stream. It is Saturday the 26th of January 2019 and today I'll be live for 14 minutes. It is the 26th of January and all of Australia knows what this day is. It's Australia Day. If you are an Aussie, happy Australia Day. If you're not an Aussie, you can enjoy it as well. I'll teach you how. We'll talk a little bit about how it all came about. Before we do that though, let's jump into the chat and see who's playing. We've got Tim Askog, Stephen, Mark Ensby, CL Furlong. Going further down, Elias, there's a new name I haven't seen. G'day Elias, thanks for jumping in. YouTube's there as well, Hamish Ferguson, thanks for jumping back Hamish. Barry's Views is in the house. Everyone's having a great little chit chat there. This is great to see. Thanks for coming in early everybody. Wilson Featherstone, now that is a name that I would love to say again. Wilson Featherstone. What a cool name. Digging Australia in the chat. That's a new one too. Thanks for stopping in, Jacob. Awesome, man. You know what? Before we go any further, I'm really stoked on this. Steve Van is finished and ready to roll. Let's catch up with Outdoor Man with a Van. Welcome to episode 11 of Outdoor Man with a Van. We are ready to camp. Look at that, fly screens. Fly screens are done. Let me get in and show you closely. Hey, here's a fly already. Didn't actually put these in for flies though. I put them in for mosquitoes. So the dealio was pretty simple. Again, I'm not going to win any awards here for interior design, but for functionality, it gets an almighty thumbs up. That's the almighty thumbs up that it's getting. We have sealed fly screens here, sealed fly screens here, and on this side, sealed fly screen here. So now when you want to open the window, take the Velcro off and pop the silly designed window open. And with the fly screens in, that means we are ready to go someplace with Steve Van. And I want you to work out where that is. And while you're working it out, let's go back to the live stream. Wow, Hamish Ferguson's in Nowra. Hey man, thanks so much for the super chat and g'day from Nowra. That's just a stone's throw from here. Jay Boston, ready for the ladies. Always ready for the ladies. So yeah, that's Steve Van and it's ready to roll. And what I want to do with this, I've changed my Patreon to set up goal levels of fuel. And I would like to have my fuel. So it's kind of strange, like I want to explore and I want to showcase these areas with you, the givers, but it costs money to get there. So I'd rather if you guys could decide where you want me to go, and then if we can chip in the coin to get the fuel to get me there, I'll go there and document it. And maybe even if I can live stream from the road, that's my ultimate plan. That would be awesome. Let's work on doing that. Obviously, let's take areas that are kind of close to where I am. No Ayers Rock trips just yet. I mean, that could be rad down the line, but we're kind of on the small scale here right now. There's so much beauty around the Jervis Bay area that I think we can explore and showcase that first and then go further afield. So if that's a good idea, that would be super rad. I'm going to explore anyway, but it would be cool to have you guys tell me where you really want me to go. That would be awesome. So let's work on that. Now, I have said that I'm going to give Pockmorn, Baxter's channel, a run whenever he makes a vlog. And he did make a second vlog about my Stingray sting. I haven't done mine yet, and he's already done his. So I do want to give him props right now. And if he's in the house, I don't know if he's in the chat, I want to play his second vlog in full, give him the run. And when you see that, you can comment on how he's going and give him some tips. I don't think he's here yet, so that's all right. We'll play it anyway. You can watch this second vlog from Pockmorn. Great name.
We've just arrived at Abraham's Bosoms Beach. We're unpacking now. We set up the tent and we'll have lunch and we'll probably be here for the whole day.
I'm a brat. Coming to Culborough to see Outdoor Man with the Van.
Let's go in the water. The plan was to have a little bit of a swim, then we're going to jump off the rock over there. But I think we're going to have a swim, then have lunch, then maybe have a walk to see if we can find another beach. Porsche, are you having fun?
Yes.
Hurts like hell. We just made our way up to these rocks. Last time we were here, I'm pretty sure we jumped off that rock, but looking at it again, I think it might have been this rock.
Money for gas.
Now
Love
I'll just
to
show
see
you
you head
guys.
as far north as possible.
The plan was
see some big
to
crocs.
jump off this ledge that I'm coming up to now, but because the tide is low, too shallow and dangerous. So we'll probably just go down to that lower ledge and then just jump off there. Just jumped in, the water ended up to be chest height, so there's no way we're going to jump off the higher one here. So just going to keep off jumping off this one. We'll show you guys what we did. We just saw some stingrays in the water. Guess what? Uncle Benny just got stung.
It's in there.
In there? You okay?
It's not good? Fun, man, I can tell you. Doesn't feel good.
Uncle Benny's just put in some hot water on his sting so he can treat it, and we'll probably go to the medical centre later, pack up, head home and treat his sting. Stings?
Yes, it stings. It's a stinger.
And we're probably going to see if there's any like fish in the water. Probably just going to stay in for a bit, cool down, maybe find someone to jump off over there. Looks like there might be something over there. Yeah, just have some fun.
Baxter's GoPro, which is my GoPro, but I've lent it to him, and I'm catching him. He's taken a whiz. Check this out. Baxter!
Ah, gotcha! We're just chilling here at the rock pools. We found some pretty cool sea creatures, if you know what I mean. A lot of fishes and a stingray again. Just found this little area to jump into the water just here. So it looks like it should be good. Amazing swim in those rock pools there. As you probably saw a few fishes, and we jumped off the side, which is a great way to cool off and have a little bit of fun. Probably gonna head back now to our tent, have a little bit of a swim, then probably head home for the day and chill.
And it's a great way to stay in shape.
Yeah. Just sitting here now editing the vlog today at Bosoms Beach. Something messed up with the GoPro. It had 30% and then it just decided to cut out on the car. It might have been due to like heat or something, but I don't know. So I'm here now just editing the video and I just realised, so this is the outro. We had a good day. We ended up just packing the tent up. We didn't need to go to the medical centre for Uncle Benny, but so we packed up, we came home, we're just chilling here, chilling until dinner. Have a great day and hope you enjoy the vlog. Thank you. Bye.
I think he's doing really well. He needs to tighten up a few things, and I left him with that one entirely, so I didn't do any editing, and he just did that himself. Hey, thanks so much, Hamish, for the extra super chat, and from YouTube for the super chat. Money for gas. Love to see you head as far north as possible, see some big crocs. That would be awesome. And Hamish says, coming to Culburra to see Outdoor Man with a van. Well, it's Australia Day, and we're going to head south, so don't come to Culburra. Send me a Facebook DM, and I'll tell you where we're at. Now, I did want to talk about Australia Day, being that it's the 26th of January. Now, look, Australia, we all, everybody knows this. We're deeply rooted in English history. We've got English as our backbone. The traditions, the ways, everything about Australia is based off England. Now, January 26, 1788, that was the day the first fleet arrived in Port Jackson, or as everyone knows it these days, Sydney Harbour. Now, that was in order to colonise this land. Now, 18 years earlier, old mate Captain James Cook, he had sailed past this area in the Endeavour, and he had noted that Port Jackson might be a great place to stop with his boat, the Endeavour. The trouble is something I can't recall. I'm reading my notes and I haven't put it in the note. The trouble is he wanted to keep going south. They wanted to go to a second spot, a better looking spot. It was called Botany Bay, or they named it Botany Bay. So the first fleet, what does that even refer to? Well, for the longest time, England was sending their convicted criminals, like the bad dudes, across to the States. That's where they were shipping them off. That was punishment. Go to America. But in around 1783, the Yanks said, no more. We don't want any more of your bad dudes. Stop sending them. We're not taking them. So the English then had this brainwave. You know what? Let's send them down south to this land that Captain Cook discovered. He spoke so highly of it. Let's send them down there, and that can be their punishment. The thing is, the Dutch had already discovered Australia way back, way before 1606.
Money's too tight for steak.
Hamish.
We
Thanks,
will come
man.
tomorrow to the van.
Thanks very much for that, Hamish. Send me a Facebook DM and we'll work out where we're going to be. Yeah, so the Dutch had discovered it. They dubbed it New Holland. but somewhere between 1,000 and 1,500 convicts, Marines, officers, and free people were aboard 11 ships that went in that first fleet. They set sail from Portsmouth in England 250 days earlier. Now that's a long voyage in a shipboat. Ask Danny Black about how long that is. Not surprisingly, there was deaths. There was also some nookie on board. There were some births. And the original plan was to go to that place, that Port Botany, which Captain Cook had spoke highly of, but the waters were too shallow. They couldn't get their shipboats in. So this old geezer, Commodore Arthur Phillip, what a cool name, Commodore. He thought, well, let's go back up to this other spot, what we know as Sydney Harbour, what Cook had discovered and called Port Jackson. Let's go and check that out. So he went back up there and he went, yeah, this is good.
It's too tight for steak.
Thanks, Hamish. Thanks, dude.
Okay.
So yeah, he went back up to this Port Jackson place and went, you know what, we'll have it. He stuck his flag in the ground, said, this is British, and he claimed it. He even went on to call it Sydney. Now, he called it Sydney after an English geezer, get this name, the Right Honourable Thomas Townsend, the Viscount Sydney PC. What a cool name. I'm just thankful they only used the Sydney part, not the whole shebang, because, I mean, imagine calling it, I'm going to go up to the Right Honourable Thomas Townsend, the Viscount Sydney PC. It's easier just to say I'm going to go up to Sydney on the train. It wasn't until 20 years later, though, that the 26th of January in 1808, that was first recorded as being an anniversary of sorts. And it wasn't an anniversary of everybody. It was an anniversary of those convicts that were on that first fleet. When they got their convictions overturned, they served their time, they were celebrating. They're like, man, we're free people. We're in this beautiful place. Let's booze up. Let's have a party. Let's celebrate. 10 years later, the government kind of caught onto it and they went, you know what? Let's make this a holiday for government workers. These criminals, or these ex-criminals, they're partying. Let's party with them. So they kind of did this for themselves. But it wasn't until 20 years later that the whole Australia, like all of Australia, said, you know what, this should be a holiday for everybody. And so the 20 years after the fact, we became Australia Day. That's when they started celebrating it. Hamish donated to...
Can we talk on Instagram?
I'm not really a huge Instagrammer. I do have a Gives a Minute Instagram, but I'm not really on there so much. Twitter, DM, Facebook. I mean, I'll be on Insta. Yeah, send me a message. I'll check it out. So yeah, that's the brief history of Australia Day. And being that it's Australia Day right now, and we've been celebrating for so long, I'm cracking a beer in celebratory mode. This is an Aussie beer, a Carlton Draft. It's, what is it? It's 9:13 in the morning. Happy Australia Day to all your Aussies, and anyone who wants to be an Aussie, just crack a beer, go to the beach, have a barbecue, put your bikini on. That's enough to be Australian. You know this land, you've learned a little bit of history about it. I hope it was informal and educational, and I hope that we can come back and do history lessons again sometime. Boy, this beer is not that greatest. This is actually pretty crap. I'd rather have a homebrew, and I will after this. Hey, thanks for all the super chats, and thanks for all the chats, guys. Appreciate it. Hamish. Creaky. Oh, that's we're out of time!